Hi, this is Jenny Higley with RMSO. I'm in between Flagstaff, Arizona and the Grand Canyon investigating a Bigfoot sighting that took place in July of 1990. I'm going to read you the witness report and the follow-up investigation. My friend and I took a trip from our home in Albuquerque, New Mexico to Los Angeles to visit my mother. On our trip home, we decided to stop by the Grand Canyon in Arizona because she had never seen it. We got there plenty late in the afternoon, and we stayed to view the sunset over the canyon. We departed for Flagstaff soon after it had gotten dark. We headed down a less traveled stretch of road as a shortcut. I do admit that I don't remember the highway number, but I'll look it up. The road had next to no traffic on it, and my friend and I took advantage of the time to talk. The highway was very curvy, and we had just come out of a turn into a fairly long straightaway when we noticed something walking down the right side of the road on the shoulder. Note, the rest of this took place in a matter of a few short minutes, although it seemed like an hour. What we saw was walking upright like a man, but was noticeably larger. As we got closer, my friend said, "Is that a bear?" It was at that moment that it became visible that the creature on the road was covered head to toe in brown to light brown fur or hair. It was also at that moment that I realized what we were looking at. I had seen enough TV and heard enough hunting stories from my dad to know what I was looking at. I stopped the car. Our headlights now shone into the area that the Bigfoot was in, and it stopped as well. We were about 50 yards apart at this point, maybe closer. It then turned to face us. I'll never forget this moment. It is burned into my memory. At first, the animal turned its head slightly to look back, but its head seemed to be attached to this chest. So the creature had to turn completely around to face us. We didn't make a sound. We were in complete shock. The creature was about 7 feet tall and was covered head to toe in hair. The body was somewhat without definition, as in I didn't make out features like hips or gender. The arms seemed to be abnormally long, maybe just to above the knee. The face was mostly hairless and looked, well, without something else to compare it to, kind of like a character from Planet of the Apes. Not exactly, but the creature definitely was from the ape family, with just a touch of human looks. The eyes seemed to glow, a bit green like a cat or a dog in the headlights. It stood there for a matter of seconds, and I could tell that it was thinking about its next move. It ran its tongue across the front of its upper teeth almost in ponderance. It took one small step in our direction. My friend went berserk. She screamed in horror. It stopped its forward movement, looked around, and headed into the woods near the road in a couple of strides. We never got another look at it. My friend quickly got it together and wandered out of the area. I agreed. We took off, and I made a wide turn around the area that the Bigfoot had just stood. I never got the feeling that it meant us any harm, but was very curious about what we were. You couldn't convince my friend of that, though. The event shocked her for life, and she refused never to talk about it again. To this day, I'm sure she has blocked it out. I, on the other hand, will never forget it. It did take me years before I could tell my wife about the encounter. I am only posting my story for my own therapy and the hope that it will help someone else who has gone through something like this. The following is the Bigfoot investigator's report. I spoke to the witness by telephone on May 19th of 2005. The following details can be added to the report. The encounter took place on Highway 180 sometime between 8 o'clock and 9 p.m. The creature was walking away from the approaching car. After a quick glance, it twisted slightly at the waist and shifted its feet left then right as it turned around to directly face the vehicle. The body hair was thick all over. The hair on its arms seemed a little longer. The arms hung very low, almost to the kneecap. The head was oval, like the top half of an egg. It had little or no neck visible, but showed some movement there as the creature glanced at them. Its head and cheeks had hair on them, while the eyes, nose, and mouth seemed more bare. The hair on its head was a lighter shade of brown. The witness described the face as definitely simian or ape-like. The teeth were a dull yellow and human-like. The witness said it had a "what the hell is that" expression on its face. The creature was between 7 and 7.5 feet tall, with a shoulder width of 1/3 to 1/2 its height. After a brief pause, the animal took one step toward the vehicle, and the witness's friend started screaming. At this point, the animal stopped and strode into the trees. It covered approximately 15 feet in 2 or 3 strides. They made a wide circle around the area where the animal entered the woods and immediately left the area. Keep on watching. We'll continue to bring you more sighting reports on location.